Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Elmer YaTuChavez. I hope you guys are doing well. And before I get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that every now and then I like to go on Twitter and ask you guys what you guys want to see next for a video. You guys voted this time on Vegeta, maybe even in the Tournament of Power, so here we go. So I want to start this video off with a pretty interesting question, which is there any possible way for Vegeta to surpass the power of Super Saiyan Blue? Now, first off, I just want to say that in my opinion, Ultra Instinct being introduced as a new form will probably only remain exclusive to Goku. Now sure, Vegeta might be able to achieve that form as well, but I honestly don't really see that happening. So with that being said, and going in with the mindset that he won't be using Ultra Instinct, Vegeta will have no other choice but to stick to his Super Saiyan Blue powers in order to compete against powerful enemies, and at the current moment, that being Toppo. But what I want to know is, can he find a way to exceed his limits of this transformation? Now honestly, there might be a way for him to do so, a way for him to improve his Super Saiyan Blue and aim for even greater heights, and in my opinion, that could be Super Vegeta. Now if you guys remember, during the Android saga, Vegeta needed to find a way to become more powerful than the androids and be able to take them on and even Cell as well. And while training with Trunks in the hyperbolic time chamber, he managed to achieve a new form which some might even call Super Saiyan 1.5, but instead Vegeta just ended up calling it Super Vegeta, also Trunks calling it Super Trunks. Now this form was a lot stronger compared to the regular Super Saiyan and allowed Vegeta to jump from a warrior unable to stand a chance between Android 18 to someone strong enough to use against semi-perfect Cell and even overpower him in a fight. So with that being said, I'm pretty sure that the gap between Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 1.5, or Super Vegeta if you will, is pretty considerable. Now Vegeta is not obligated to remain as a Super Saiyan Blue, and he might surpass this level by developing a Super Saiyan Blue 1.5 just like he did in the Android saga. Now think about it. If Goku had to use Kaioken in order to exceed his limits of his Super Saiyan Blue form, then what's stopping Vegeta from reuniting with his 1.5 boost, if you will, and go beyond that of a Super Saiyan Blue? So let's think about it for a second. Super Vegeta mixed with Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, if you mix those two together, I honestly would probably call that Super Vegeta Blue, if you ask me. If that were to be a thing, who knows? That's obviously going to give him much bulkier muscles, probably even greater speed, much greater energy, and maybe would even close the gap between his power level and even Beerus's power level. But I'm sure some fans might not think that Vegeta is able to surpass his current Super Saiyan Blue limitations, but personally, I think he's already done it. We just haven't seen it yet. Now, as we've seen throughout the series so far, Vegeta has been doing a lot of training with Whis, and I'm sure you guys can agree with me that Whis is the strongest character in Universe 7. I was going to say in the show, but we now have the other angels, the Grand Priest, and even Zeno. And yes, I know that there are 12 other angels, but for the sake of this video and this theory, let's just say all of the angels are more or less equal in strength. Now, as we know, Whis is stronger than Beerus. I mean, Beerus even said so himself in the Battle of the Gods movie. So with that being said, since Vegeta has been training with the strongest being in Universe 7 that we currently know of for a considerable amount of time, I'm sure that Vegeta has broken some limitations within his power. Now, if you take a look at Vegeta as he progresses through the series up till now, it even looks like he has some sort of higher power, if you will. Some might even say stronger than the Super Saiyan Blue transformation. In the Goku Black arc, Vegeta was training in the hyperbolic time chamber, and when he finished, he pretty much broke out of the chamber, coming out all sweaty, exhausted, worn out, whatever you want to say. However, in preparation for the Tournament of Power, he did the same thing, training in the chamber and then busted through it. The only difference is that this time he came out much more calm, cool, and collected, if you will. Now going back to Whis for a second, one thing he told Goku and Vegeta while he was training them is that they need to learn to control their energy and stop it from leaking out, if you will. Now I'm not sure exactly what he means when he says leaking out, but I'm going to assume that he's referring to the aura that is used when in transformations, such as Super Saiyan Blue. Now I know that there are differences between the anime and the manga for Dragon Ball Super, but if we look at the manga, during the Zamasu Black arc, Vegeta said that Goku has perfected his Super Saiyan Blue form by not letting his aura leak out so much. So with that being said, what if in the anime Vegeta has learned to perfect his Super Saiyan Blue form. Now, I'm not saying it's stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken or even stronger than Ultra Instinct Goku, but we have to admit that it would be a new form or maybe a new power level or whatever you want to call it for Vegeta. Now, personally, I feel like I've been all over the place with this theory, so if you guys are lost, pretty much what I'm trying to say is that Vegeta has broken his limitations before, like when he did with Super Vegeta, transforming into that during the Android and the Cell saga. And recently, he's been doing a lot of training with Whis, the most powerful character in Universe 7 that we know of, and on top of that, training on his own in the hyperbolic time chamber. So with his past of breaking his limits and training with the most powerful Universe 7 character for a considerable amount of time on top of training on his own, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we see some new form or a new power from Vegeta in the Tournament of Power, or maybe even in his fight against Toppo. Now, this whole theory is what I personally think will happen to Vegeta somewhere between now and the end of the Tournament of Power, but this is just all a theory. This is nothing confirmed or anything like that. But in the comments down below, I'd love to hear what you guys think of what will happen to Vegeta, and also, who do you think will win, Vegeta or Toppo? I know we haven't really gotten much information about that fight. It might only be a side fight in the series. We might not even be able to see it or whatever, but in the fight between Vegeta and Toppo, who do you think would win? I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Alright, so I just want to mention something really quickly. The gameplay you're watching in the background, if you haven't noticed, is actually Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. It's actually with mods, so I got the Toppo versus Vegeta mod going, and then I tried to do a Ascended Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta video like I was talking about in my video, the new form, versus Jiren, and I tried for over an hour trying to beat Jiren against the Ascended Saiyan Blue Vegeta. It just did not work. I don't know if this is maybe just a way of like just proving the fact that Ascended Saiyan Vegeta is going to lose if that actually happens against Jiren, or whatever the case may be. Personally, I just found it was pretty funny, you know, talking about Ascended Vegeta, Ascended Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and then just repeatedly losing to Jiren. Who knows? Maybe if it does happen, this is how it's going to go down in the show. Just he's going to get destroyed by Jiren. But who knows? Just thought it was really funny and wanted to share it with you guys. All right, peace.